Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nini and today we're doing a sketchbook session. So I'm very close to finishing this sketchbook. As you can see, it is bursting at the seams. And I have a few tabs in there for sketches that I want to go back to, and today's video is pretty much one of those tabs. So I realized that I had never made a sketch on the spread in between the inside cover and the first white page, I guess. I don't really know what to call that page, but I thought that I would go ahead and do something for that spread. So if you like this content, please consider subscribing and liking the video and joining the Discord, and without further ado, let's go. So I kind of struggled with coming up with an idea for this spread. I knew that I wanted to do something Zara and Serenity related, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. Originally I was just going to do their faces like I always do, but I was like, no, this is supposed to be about improvement, so you have to draw them in some kind of space environment. So I decided to draw them watching a movie on somebody's couch. I don't know whose, but it's definitely an improvement from what I used to do, which is just drawing their faces. But yeah, I just use a mechanical pencil. I've been getting back into using graphite recently, so I decided to represent that in my sketchbook. In this sketchbook. I have another sketchbook that's just full of graphite sketches. But yeah, it's just Zara, Serenity, Brianna, Kim, and Kendall hanging out together watching a movie. And it was a bit difficult drawing them at this scale too, because I couldn't get the details that I wanted. So they kind of look a bit derpy, or maybe just overly simplified, I guess is what you would call that. But I still think that the final product turned out cute and it looks like they're having fun. So yeah, it's definitely been a while since I've drawn them all together. So this is definitely a refresher for what they look like. Because I know that I barely drew Kim at all, and I think I only have one spread dedicated to Brianna, and I think I only have a few doodles of Kendall. That leads me on to my next topic, which is about this sketchbook. Like I said before, I'm almost done with it, and I'll be doing the sketchbook tour soon. And working in the sketchbook has made me realize that I don't like short sketchbooks. The sketchbook that I'm using right now is an Elo, I think it's a marker pad sketchbook, and I think it only has 80 pages compared to my Ohuhu Mixed Media sketchbook, which had 180 pages. So although I finished this quicker because it's shorter, I don't feel quite as fulfilled like I would with my Ohuhu sketchbook. There's so many ideas that I wanted to expand upon, but I couldn't with the constraints of the sketchbook, even though I put a whole bunch of extra paper in there, which you'll see in the sketchbook tour. I just feel like I wanted it to be on the actual page, if that makes sense. I also just wanted to be able to use watercolor, but it's a marker pad, so I can't use watercolor in this sketchbook, so that's also a really big bummer. So I probably wouldn't get the sketchbook again. Yeah. So that also contributed to why I didn't draw my human characters as much in this sketchbook, because it's so freaking short. So short. But the sketches that I did do of them, I think they turned out pretty good. So I'm very excited to show you guys. But also, kind of connected to that for, sorry, my head's kind of in a jumble. For it being too short, it's made me want to go back and improve upon the sketches that are already in the sketchbook, which is why I have those sticky notes in there. Like, I remember I drew a little doodle of my merman character from way back in May, just because I thought I could do better. And I've been going back and coloring them now that I'm not so afraid of coloring things with different mediums, like my oil markers, my oil paint markers, my alcohol markers, my water-based markers. So I guess that's a benefit of the sketchbook. It forced me to explore other mediums to color with. But I still miss my watercolor because I could just carry that around with me with my travel watercolor kit. But yeah, I guess that's enough of that. Get back to talking about the drawing. I'm sorry that this video is so short. I didn't really want to edit so much. This sketch took about 2 hours, and at one point I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to work on it anymore. But I am pretty proud of how this turned out. So like I said before, I used graphite, so that made blending and shading and just sketching in general very easy. It did smudge a lot when I was trying to do Brianna's skin tone, because she's like a darker shade than Zara is. But I just decided to leave it alone. I didn't want to mess with it. But at the end, I did use workable fixative to keep it from smudging much, and it has done a pretty good job so far, especially since it's like towards the end of my use of the sketchbook, so it won't smudge too much since I'm not bringing it everywhere. But yeah, I used a lot of graphite on this spread, so hopefully this workable fixative stays, lets it stay put. I didn't focus too much on the background. It mostly focused on the foreground with them on the couch. Like, I wanted it to be like you can look into the kitchen and see pizza boxes on the counter, but I got lazy and didn't really like render the kitchen, so it kind of just looks unfinished. But it is what it is. And that little VHS tape on top of the TV, it says The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, because I really want to go back and watch that movie. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like they would watch it every now and then. I also mentioned that when I did my Thanksgiving or November illustration of Zara and Serenity last year, that they were watching The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which if you haven't seen that movie, you should definitely go watch. It's a pretty good movie. But yeah, it's pretty much getting to the end of the video. I just finished shading this TV and the VHS tape, and that'll be it. I really enjoyed doing this spread. It was a refresher on my Zara and Serenity characters. Plus I got to draw Mongo in his cat form, so that was pretty cute. He's there on the couch if you can see him. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and maybe join the Discord server. Also, please don't forget the deadline for the Draw This in Your Style is September 30th. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye!